Okay, so hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Miriam. So today we're going to be talking about this Yada Awakening character, you guys. And so I knew something was off with this man.
This is a Torah-based channel committed to uncovering truth, not emotion, and not what's popular. We expose the lies, challenge long-held misconceptions, correct misinterpretations, and shine a light on the cover-ups that have distorted scripture and misled generation. If you're not willing to receive truth, even when it's uncomfortable, then consider this your warning.
It was just only a matter of time, you guys, before it was found out who he really was. And so for those who are not aware of this guy by name, you've probably seen him, right? He's normally walking around in West African clothing or some kind of Islamic kind of clothing. And he's always talking about how a man should treat a woman and what kind of treatment a woman deserves, right? But there was just something, the man was just too slick with it, right? With his talk. It seemed like something was off, like that sincerity wasn't there. In reality, he kind of reminded me of people that I've seen, before that were like pimps or people that exploited women or abused women. And so it has come out that his wife is now filing for divorce because she says he's been putting hands on her for years. And so this is why it's so important that you don't look up to these people, right? Like when you're watching social media and people showing their life, you can look at it and kind of be entertained, but do not put them in a pedestal in your life, right? Thinking that that's what you should aim for, because you never know what is going on behind closed doors. And so this man, I didn't know at first really what religion he was. I thought he was, maybe some type of African American spiritualist religion, because he would say the Most High. He would say, I think, even Yah sometimes. But he was actually a Muslim, and he was, it sounds like online saying, they said Sufi Muslim. When, for those who may know Sufi, a lot of times some people would say they're kind of all over the place. But I felt like this guy tried to market himself that you didn't necessarily know what he was, right? That either he was Hebrew Israelite or he was some type of Christian on the truth or just some other just spin-off religion. And so the wife was a stay-at-home wife, and they would show her life and, their family and how nice and everything was and put together. And so this is a thing, right? Because of course everyone is going to come out the woodwork with this. Oh, well, that's why you need to work. This is why you need to have a job. That does not stop you from getting beat, you guys. For those who know people and seen it play out, in real life, people that have domestic violence issues, there are a lot of women that are getting beat that have a job, that go to a job every day. That is not going to save you. And if you don't have the willpower to leave, you're not going to leave. You're going to just get beat and you're going to go to that job tomorrow. But when people are in this kind of situation, and we don't know why she didn't leave for years, right? What is really sad is the cosplay acting she did, right? And she would try to make it seem like she was happy or this and that, which to me at the time didn't seem sincere either. You know what I'm saying? Or definitely it seemed overplayed, in which someone was really trying to express this general kind of happiness. Not even general happiness. It was just like overacting, right? Because even if you're happy in your real life, like you're not going around just smiling. You're not going around just smiley. But either way, this man was putting hands on her for years. But it really makes me wonder what kind of thinking this man had. And this is where we go into the wife beating in Islam. And yes, I do have to go there because having been part of the Muslim community, there are people who do justify wife beating if the woman is not complying. And so even though Muhammad did not beat his wives, right, because that was such a prevalent thing, a prevalent way to solve marital problems, he told people to try to do other things. So it's not like something that was completely outlawed. The only thing I think was outlawed was you could not leave bruises or you could not hit the woman in the face. Okay. And so if a man felt that a woman was not complying, even though he was recommended to do a number of things before hitting the wife, right? That kind of teaching does not eradicate that. And especially when you have brothers, especially black brothers, that come into the religion of Islam. And I don't know if he's a convert, I don't know if he's a born Muslim, coming up and growing up in Western society, right, where it's not acceptable for any reason for anyone to hit someone, you will see them start to adopt that behavior. Of course, naturally, when we think of men that are abusive, they normally have grown up in an abusive home. But when you see people join that religion, I have seen people then try to normalize then the wife beating. And so you kind of just wonder what all was going on. And so I'm sure, right, this girl did not just, or woman did not just tolerate beating. She probably tolerated cheating and everything else under the sun. And so there has been interviews of this man saying he had another wife, right? And she was somewhere in West Africa, but I wouldn't be surprised if this man had other wives in parts of the United States, because you do not in Islam have to tell your wife you're getting married. At some point, you have to tell her that you're married, but you don't have to, that's to the discretion when the man does that. And so again, when you are in these situations, even though this could have just been a American, just, ordinary, what is that called? A relationship, marriage, the components that possibly opened up this sister to this, definitely is there within the religion of Islam. And so anyone who knows, if you stayed this wrong, let me know. Was the wife a Muslim too? If she was, had she became Muslim before she met him? Right? Was she a born Muslim? Because a lot of times women, you see them, they convert and they are running around doing everything that the man wants them to do. And then they think it's going to be a more positive situation, or the relationship is going to last, or marriage is going to last. And so that is really, really devastating. That's devastating for that family, for those children, right? Because then they'll have a father that is like that. And if it's been going on that many years, oftentimes the children are impacted. Definitely male children can then go on to become abusive in their adult lives. So you guys tell me what you think. Put your comments down below. See you in the next one. Bye.